The idea was to give a cultural understanding that things take longer there, that it might be more complicated and relationships are important, which means one needs to spend time in order to achieve results. We were talking about setting up of the business, but also of the prior needs, what to be done first inside the company in order to then take it forward and consider to set up. The opportunities in the Middle East are big, they are there. The market approach needs to be worked out, which means if it's an entrepreneur, if it's an existing business in Slovenia, they need to look into the market, make their homework, search for their competitors, see how they could position themselves, if the pricing is right for the market. But definitely after doing this homework and knowing yourself or your company, your product, if you can compete in the market, then one can look into the options. Definitely real estate, construction related, supply to any kind of apartment building, might it be a hotel or infrastructure. There's a lot needed in terms of infrastructure. Beyond this, it's an international trading hub. Production can be very cheap there, and if there's a possibility to consider to produce, that can also be recommended. To take an example, event management, there's still room and space for a company who says, I have a different approach, I would be interested. If we come to other segments like fashion is expanding in the region, it has not been there. So there are opportunities, and definitely it's there. Definitely they are interesting. One has to understand that the competition is very high, that you're competing with other companies which might be for sale. They have auditors like PricewaterhouseCoopers who do the presentation very professional. And then secondly, it's important for smaller companies to represent them as part of a conglomerate, to say our portfolio of companies would be an investment sum somewhere between 10 to 50 million euros, because this is what investors are looking for. And as said before, a very professional presentation is needed. We have just been in the presentation, in the discussion. We would be more than happy to provide facility office to Slovenia to establish an official representation. As I have mentioned in the discussion, it's very important to have a permanent representation in the country to take care of the diplomatic relationship, to do something on long-term basis, and we are more than willing to look into this, and also in a way that costs would not be there to be spent by Slovenia. That's from our side the offer. We would be happy to look into a partnership and to establish a permanent representation there.